Now we review 2024's Ship of the Damned. Ladies and gentlemen, how do I define the 2024 film Ship of the Damned? You have some chick whose thesis is in ye olde timey vessels. Her douchebag boyfriend who works for, I think, the English Coast Guard. A ship that appears to be a ye olde timey vessel. And a bunch of cannibalistic rapist pirates who want to breed. It's set in the modern day. Yeah. This is a low-budget film. And, the premise there being is that this pirate ship has been cursed, has been floating in the water for quite some time. And, they've been hijacking boats for however many years and eating people. Yeah, it's a weird movie. I think those elements are rather thrown together in order to just crazify it. And the production value is very low. The ship doesn't look like a ship on the inside. The outside looks pretty good, but I don't think that actually appeared. I think they just had a picture of it that they superimposed. And it's like the inside hallways were scant with few rooms. Looks like this is a cheap set that came from a, what is it? Cheap set that came from sort of a cheesy soap opera. And the pirate characters, the few of them there are, it's one of those things, in a firefight, ships would be crawling with crew. And you might make the statement that, it's a pirate ship and there were few survivors and, okay, but they wouldn't be running the ship. How would they be hijacking things with an old pirate ship? And how is it nobody's found out about this? There would be legends, there would be reports. That's kind of those things about, ships. Things happen. So yeah, the subject matter is pretty upsetting, and I'm going to grant you here that the premise is actually pretty good. This is a film that primarily suffers from a crappy budget, and if the crappy budget weren't the issue, I think they probably could have done a lot better with this film. But as it stands, Ship of the Damned is kind of a nothing burger. It's sort of there. If you're a horror aficionado, the acting is melodramatic and silly, and the plot's kind of like, okay, I saw that coming. And yeah, there's just not much to say about it. There's not a lot of kills or special effects. There is some intestines and things. It's meant to be a gory movie, but why they would do the things they do in this movie don't make a lot of sense. And the movie itself is kind of silly. It feels like something that someone who knows very little about ships would know, and then he talked to his friend that maybe does know a lot about ships. So I guess it's from the perspective of the douchey, wimpy boyfriend who, bad things nearly happened to him in this movie. But it's, like I say, Ship of the Damned, low production value, cool name, strong premise, but, yeah, not going anywhere anytime soon. Anyway, that's my opinion. Love to hear yours. Comments below. I'm Richard.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Fred the Facehugger, and I'd like to point out that this world isn't a nice place. But you know who's trying to make it a nice place? The owner of this channel, yes. The owner of this channel does things like pay for ocean cleanup, and have trees planted, and even feed orphans in an orphanage in Mexico. Yes, it's a real thing. I'm not kidding. I may be a face-hugging alien from a horror movie, but I'm not a liar. Anyway, when you comment, like, and subscribe, you're supporting that better world, and whereas it may not make a big difference, it may be the difference between one more tree planted, one more pound of trash out of the ocean, or one child not going hungry tonight. So, think about it. Shouldn't you comment? Shouldn't you like? Shouldn't you subscribe? I certainly would if I were you. I'm Fred.